What's up, everybody? Charlie Marlow here. You probably already know the news by now. Heck, you clicked on this video. Lance Lynn is back with the Cardinals. I'll go right to Twitter here and read directly from John Heyman. Now, a lot of different reporters, I think, were in on this. I don't know exactly who broke it first, maybe Jeff Passan with ESPN, but from John Heyman, Lance Lynn agrees to Cardinals deal, 1 year plus option, guarantees $10 million in 2024 plus $1 million buyout on the option, can be worth about $26 million over 2 with escalators. Pluses, started with the Cardinals, lives nearby in Southern Illinois, pending physical tomorrow. What do you guys think of that right there, with Lance Lynn returning to the Cardinals for at least 1 year and maybe 2? Obviously a guy who pitched with the Cardinals for a long, long time, checks a lot of boxes, fills many needs for the Cardinals. The top 2 are a guy who can log innings and a guy who can strike batters out. Now you're saying, okay, didn't have a great year in 2023. Let's break that all down. By the way, Lance Lynn is 36, will turn 37 next year, May 12th. Listed 6'5", 270, big old boy who can throw some innings for you. So here we go. 2023 started with the White Sox, made 21 starts, pitching to a 6.47 ERA. Then gets picked up by the Dodgers, was better with the Dodgers, 4.36 ERA over 11 starts. So for the season, 5.73 ERA overall in 32 starts, went 13-11 through 183 and 2/3 innings, struck out 191 batters right there. And postseason, I remember, was not great. Had the one game for the Dodgers, 2 2/3 innings pitched, and allowed 4 earned runs, 6 runs overall for Lance Lynn in that one start for the Dodgers against the Arizona Diamondbacks, who of course went on to make the World Series as the Dodgers lost that series in the NLDS. What do you guys think? Do you like this move? You know, Cardinals fans usually like familiarity. Lance Lynn, big old boy who can throw some innings, who can strike some batters out, fun with the media, likes to give those nice short answers and have a little back and forth. But this is about pitching and what the Cardinals need. And so all along, I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I always said this season, I was fine with getting a Lance Lynn type. The Lance Lynn type, which we also recently here put Michael Wacha in that same bin. They don't have to be former Cardinals, although I just mentioned 2. But when John Mozeliak said we need 3 pitchers initially, to me that was the 2 guys who are front-end starters, and then it was the 3rd guy who you can throw in as the 5th starter, whoever it is. I'm not going to say that Lance Lynn is the 5th starter, but I'm hoping, and maybe this is a big hope, a big ask, I'm hoping that on paper, Lance Lynn is the 3rd best starter the Cardinals acquire this offseason. Now, that's going to be difficult. And if you think I'm crazy for saying that, let me know. But didn't it seem like John Mozeliak was going to try to go out there and get 2 front-end guys and then the back of the rotation guy? So to me, if you just want to throw names out there, that can be Sonny Gray is your front-end guy. Potentially you trade for the other front-end guy, whoever that is. Dylan Cease, Logan Gilbert, I don't know. I mean, we can talk about Alek Manoah and all that and how you feel about him. Bit of a reclamation project. But to me, Lance Lynn was always in that other bucket, which is the 5th starter type guy, the 1-year deal type guy. You're seeing that 1-year deal with a 2nd-year option. I think that makes perfect sense for a guy like Lance Lynn, who's 36, going on 37. And again, look, the Cardinals have lost a lot of innings. Look at the non-tender guys too. And we were talking about this today on Hot Take Central on 590 The Fan. Even losing guys like Jake Woodford and Dakota Hudson. I know you had to clear up spots on your 40-man roster, but those are guys that made 12 starts, I believe, for Dakota Hudson and 8 starts for Jake Woodford. So you also have to basically replace innings. And those are just the depth guys. I'm not even bringing up the fact that obviously Jordan Montgomery's gone. Jack Flaherty's gone. Adam Wainwright, I know he didn't pitch well, but he made a good amount of starts. You lost a ton of innings with those three guys I just mentioned, plus Woodford, plus Dakota Hudson. I think if you combine those guys, maybe through 100, 120, 130 innings together. So if Lance Lynn can just repeat what he did in 2023 from an inning standpoint, and all of a sudden you have a 180, 190-ish innings guy to go up with Miles Michaelis, who's really your only other pitcher that you can count on to log a bunch of innings. You can't really do that with Steven Matz. Steven Matz is hurt a lot. I looked this up today as well. Steven Matz, he's never thrown more than 160 innings in the big leagues. So if healthy, which you can never assume, but Lance Lynn is a pretty durable guy, at minimum, even if he throws to a 4.5, 5 ERA, which I think he can get back to being a pretty good pitcher. But you'd think at the least, he's a guy who's going to give you 180, 190, maybe 200 innings and a bunch of strikeouts. And the innings and the Ks are the two things the Cardinals really, really need coming off of a rough 2023. Okay, so Lance Lynn coming back to the Redbirds, first round pick, 39th overall. Back in, what was that? That was 2008, coming from Ole Miss. And, pitched for the Cardinals from 2011, the World Series year, where he was obviously a big part of the bullpen that year, all the way through 2017. So 6 years with the Cardinals. Here's his numbers with the Redbirds. And when you look at him compared to all the other places he's pitched, which is a lot, I mean, he's been with the White Sox, Rangers, Minnesota, Dodgers, and Yankees. And his longest time with the Cardinals, 6 years, he went 72-47 with a 3.38 ERA, made 161 starts for the Cardinals, threw 977 and 2/3 innings, struck out 919 batters, and he's actually gotten better as a strikeout pitcher as he's aged. And I say that because, with the Cardinals, 919 strikeouts and 977 and 2/3 innings. Well, now he's over a strikeout per innings pitch for his career. For his career, he's got 1,906 strikeouts. So you got to think he's going to pass 2,000 next season. He's got 1,906 strikeouts and 1,889 career innings spanning 12 years in the big leagues. His career record, 136 wins, 95 losses, a career ERA of 3.74, a career FIP of 3.79. So what do you guys think? Comment, like, subscribe. We're going to have some fun with this on Hot Take Central because we all love Lance Lynn. Good with the media, but more importantly, we're talking about baseball here. And if he's your fifth guy, or whatever you want to call it, we'll just call it middle rotation, back of the rotation. It's more about who they're acquiring this winter. And if he's your third best pitcher on paper that you acquire this winter, I think Cardinal fans will be very, very happy about that. I want to hear from you guys, though. Drop your replies, drop your comments, and then who else do you want the Cardinals to get? Is this okay? Are you ticked about this? Do you feel like the Cardinals always go back and get pitchers that used to pitch here? We always long for these guys because we like them, whether it was Joe Kelly and Lance Lynn and Michael Wacha and all these guys. But I do think at this point in his career, 36 going on 37, a 1-year deal for $10 million guaranteed with the second-year option, I really think that makes sense for both parties. I really do. So I think this is a good start to the pitching winter for the Cardinals. They already got rid of some more innings with the non-tender, with Jake Woodford and Dakota Hudson, along with Andrew Kisner, Juan Yepes. But I think we all know this is the winter of pitching. It's pitching, pitching, pitching. John Mozeliak said that. And to start it off by acquiring Lance Lynn and to guarantee you got your first guy. Okay, now you can get aggressive if you want to sign Sonny Gray, if you still want to make a trade. Look, if the winter ends and you're telling me, to quote Spags, you're telling me, let's just go ahead and say, if Sonny Gray's a Cardinal, let's say 3 or 4 year deal for 60 to 80, whatever it is based on 3 or 4 years. If Sonny Gray's a Cardinal, if Lance Lynn's a Cardinal, The trade candidate is going to be the tough one, because if you go with one of these reclamation project type guys like Alek Manoah, I think he has a lot of upside. If there's an Alek Manoah for Dylan Carlson type package, I'm not going to be terribly disappointed if the winter ends and it's, for starters, Sonny Gray, Alek Manoah, and Lance Lynn. Now, maybe some of you guys think it's got to be a bigger guy than that. It's got to be, instead of Manoah, it's got to be a Dylan Cease, Logan Gilbert type. That's going to be really, really hard to pull off. So, look, I'm trying to be fair here. Aaron Nola's off the board. I mean, if you're Jordan Montgomery, are you going to leave Texas? Is Texas going to be able to get outbid? Meaning, are the Cardinals going to outbid the Texas Rangers for Jordan Montgomery if he wants to stay there? He just won the World Series. Blake Snell, I'm not sure how much the Cardinals are interested. Yamamoto makes a lot of sense. He's much younger, but that's a big fish. That's a $200+ million contract, probably 250 in that neighborhood plus with the posting fee. So we also got to remember, what you want, but also how the Cardinals do business and what they usually do. The Lance Lynn signing, to me, makes a lot of sense for the Cardinals. You could have predicted something like this, whether it was Lynn or Waka or somebody in that bucket, Kyle Hendricks, whoever it is. Doesn't have to be a former Cardinal, but I think you took care of that third starter, okay? And now it's time to get two more, or 1.5. But again, if we get to the 1.5, that's where Cardinal fans might be ticked. If it's Sonny Gray, if the second best pitcher they acquire is Lance Lynn, and then it's the half guy, whoever that is. I don't know if you count Alek Manoah, but it could also be a swing guy who can pitch out of the bullpen. So we'll see. All right. I read you the news. I'm wondering what people think here. Once again, Lance Lynn, 1-year deal plus an option, guarantees him $10 million next year, plus a $1 million buyout on the option. This is according to John Heyman. Can be worth about $26 million over 2 seasons with the escalators. And Lance Lynn, baby. Lance Lynn coming back to where it all started with the St. Louis Cardinals. He was an all-star in 2012, went 18-7 with a 3.78 ERA. What else? Had a 15-10 season with the Cards, another 15-10, 12-11. He went 11-8 after he missed 2016. I mean, good, strong. We're talking innings eater for the Redbirds back in the day, 176 innings, 202, 203, 175, 186, striking out a bunch of guys, still strikes out a lot of batters. Had a 246 strikeout season with the Texas Rangers back in 2019 when he threw 208 and a third innings pitched. That's the most innings he's ever thrown in a season, was 2019. 208 and a third, but did go over 200 innings with the Cardinals 2 different times in 2013 and 2014. Let's check his postseason with the Cardinals back in the day. I really can't remember exactly. So let's see, 2011, 5 appearances in that NLCS championship year versus the Brewers, and did not allow an earned run. That's pretty dang good right there. In 5 1/3 innings. In the World Series, 5 2/3 innings, 5 appearances to a 6.35 ERA. Kind of up and down there with the postseason. Let's see, a bunch of games he pitched for the Cardinals in the postseason in 2012, 2013, and 2014 as well. So his career ERA in the postseason is 5.64 over 28 games, 9 games started in the playoffs. Lance Lynn coming on back to where it all started with your St. Louis Cardinals. What do you guys think? Got some breaking news. I just posted this video earlier today from Hot Take Central, and as I'm uploading it, the Lance Lynn news breaks. So I had to jump on and do a little something else here. And tell you what, while I have you, let me give one more shout out to the members on the channel here. You guys, you help me out. You make it happen. So here we go. All right, members. We got 2 premium members now. Ken Phelan, which I always mispronounce his name, and then Gay 2Z, GEI 2Z, my guy, now a premium member. And then you got Our basic members, Bird Chatter Baseball, Bobby the Handsome Guy Johnson, Charles Wagner, Michael Hawkins, Mother Goose, my boy Stevie Reeb, SMFR, the podcast, and Bren Gillespie, who was the original member, Bren Gillespie, back in the day. Thank you to all the members. And again, Ken Phelan and Gay or G2Z, the premium members here on the channel. All right. And by the way, especially this winter, hot stove, I'm going to do a ton of videos on camera. Anytime that something happens newsy with the Cardinals, I'm going to jump on. So, hey, let me know what you think. What do you want the Cardinals to continue to do? Comment, like, subscribe. Please share the show if you like this show. Tell a friend. Post it on social media. Let's try to get these subscribers jumping, because this is going to be a very, very interesting offseason for the Cardinals. It already has started, and we're going to do a ton of videos over the next month or so as the hot stove continues to boil for the St. Louis Cardinals in Major League Baseball. All right, Lance Lynn is back, baby. Thanks for watching. See ya.